myself that I'm really happy. You know, I have to be happy about something.
So we're back live with Gladys Simon. We had a little technical difficulty, but we're back. Hi, Gladys.
Linda, you have to remind me not to move.
Don't move, Gladys.
I can't move because if I move, everything gets screwed up and I lose everything.
Okay.
But you can see my apartment.
It's beautiful.
I'm cleaning every day, and then I pay myself instead of the cleaning woman. I give myself $120.
Oh, that's a cool idea.
I'm saving my money and putting it under the mattress because the way things are going, we're not going to have any money.
That's
so
right.
this is what we're going to do, Linda. So that's So this is it. I'm so happy for the comedy community, and we know that one of the comics, Bruce Lipsky, has the virus, and he was lucky enough to get the drug. Whether it works or not, I don't know. Hydrochlorophene, whatever, with the Z-Pack.
Yes.
So you can only pray, and I certainly hope it works. And my thing is just to everybody, we're really in this together. So.
That's it.
No one, forget all the people with their big homes in LA and all the people with their Mercedes and Jaguars, and we're just ordinary down to earth. Maybe that's sort of a good thing.
Yes. It's a big equalizer right now.
Yes. So the clubs are all closed, but hopefully they'll open again, because I think humor is the best thing. There is nothing like a good laugh.
Me too. I think that every business, when they reopen, they should have a comedian stand there and greet their customers.
I think that's a good idea, but hopefully they will all open and the comics will be able to perform again, because I know how comics feel who really need to be on the stage. I mean, I don't. This is fine for me, but I would like to be able to go to the club, because when I'm there, and I'm very, very connected, and it's my life. And the owner, her name is Jeannie, and Jeannie, I said to her, it's my lifeline, and she said, no, it's your life. So it's your life too, and I'm very impressed with how far you've become. I think you've done really well for yourself, Linda. And you're on your own. I give you a lot of credit, And I know that you've been performing a lot more and doing well, right?
Yes. I've started getting reviews like I'm killing it and I'm doing so well and I'm getting booked and rebooked, and it's like, what? This is great.
Well, you never know. I mean, this could be good for you in a certain way, and maybe you can work on yourself a little bit more, and then when everything opens up, you'll be ready to headline it, and I can open for you.
Yes.
I'll come to Vegas with all the money that I put aside for my cleaning girl that I have, and I will just go to the poker table and lose all of it, but I'll be happy. I can go somewhere.
You like poker? I like the slot machines.
I don't. I think that's a waste. Just give me... actually, blackjack is really... I'm trying to play online. If anybody out there that's watching knows how to get gambling online without having a problem where they take your identity, I'm afraid to go on any of these things. But I love to play poker online or blackjack.
Okay.
And I have a system on blackjack. So that's what I would really like to do. So if anybody knows how to do it, hit me up. But just email me at GladysComedy@Yahoo. I don't use Facebook that much. I post once in a while. And everybody said, you got to get on Instagram, but I'm not technical. And then you have to do it with your cell phone. This is so complicated. I would like, a robot here who takes care of everything for me. Really.
Alexa with hands.
That scratches my back. That's it. So what are your plans for the future? If we have one.
I know. I love teaching people comedy, and I love interviewing, and I like being on stage. All three of those.
Really, that's your passion.
Yeah.
That's your lifeline, and you've known it. So I think it's amazing. You've come a long way from when you came to New York and talked about your, what we don't want to talk about anymore.
Yeah. My bad life that happened that I'm coping with.
I think this is a chance to develop yourself, and you don't know where it'll take you.
Yeah.
These little shows that you do are great.
Maybe Nikki Paris will marry me, and comedian Miss Arkansas will be the officiating ministress. She's on here.
Where do I fit in? Where am I going to go?
You're going to be the ring bearer.
Well, I have this great apartment on the Upper East Side where I pay very little rent. And it's too long a story, but of how I got my rent reduced, called sleeping with the owner of the building. No, I'm like that. It was just, no. But the rent is really, I have a beautiful apartment. And so Nikki thought that maybe we should get married.
Oh, yeah.
But I thought nobody would believe in the building, the owners, that you would be my husband. But your dad, if he married me, and then we adopted you, and I died, he would get the apartment, and you could live here because he'd go back to his wife in Staten Island. Donna, I hope you don't hear this.
Oh, that's hilarious. So what is your how many people have you helped to become famous? Do you like even talking about the people you've made famous?
I helped them, and they have pictures of Jim Gaffigan, who used to sit with my dog because Bob was his business manager, broker for a long. He actually connected better with Bob, and I have, I'll just move away in a little bit, and if you hear...
She'll be right back. It's hard to get her to hold still.
Just want to hear this. Wait, this is really nice.
We got to get her a dog. She wants a dog.
Hey, Gladys. Hey, Bob. It's Jim Gaffigan. How are you? Hey, Nikki Parrish has mentioned that Bob's really sick, and I just wanted to communicate just to say hello to Bob and also to you, Gladys. It's really crazy to think of,
It's Jim Gaffigan talking.
Can you hear it?
And how good you guys were to me. And Bob, I remember all your encouraging words, and believe me, I appreciated that so much. And, there weren't many voices saying positive things in my ears.
Oh,
And
her husband died.
really,
She's playing a tape of Jim Gaffigan calling when her husband was dying.
He's very sick. Yeah, that was very sweet.
She'll be right back. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah. So Jim, poor Greg Giraldo, I feel terrible what happened to him. He was such a big talent. He was so fucked up. It's pathetic. But he was great. And Jeff Ross and Lynn Koplitz. I mean, I don't want to leave. I mean, they're like the writers for Family Guy, Alex Sulkin. Seth MacFarlane is his best friend, and he got very powerful. And everybody helps each other. That's really what it is. There are so many, I can't even think of them. It's not that I helped them, but they started in the room, and I gave them a place to perform. When I started the room, and I decided at Hamburger Harry's, it ran 7 nights, and Adam Hunter ran one of the shows, and he's out in LA he's really doing very well, very funny. And everybody said, when I had the room, they said, why are you putting in unknowns? Why don't you book the people at the time that are the headliners in the major rooms, like what happened to the people that were at the comic strip or Caroline's or Gotham wasn't even, the major clubs, the big comics then. you have to have better and the comics were just developing here. I said, no, I'm going to do what I always do. My Wednesday's open mic night, and I will find these people, and they will bark or they will help me, and they can develop. And I gave them a lot of time, and that's what I decided to do. And I once in a while I would bring in people that were bigger than the newer people, but it didn't matter. It was a great show, and people had a place to work. And I gave them a lot of time, and it was a lot of fun, I must say, and that was what I wanted to do. So sometimes you figure you want to do something, but you're not capable.
Yes.
So I found I was capable of this. I don't think I was capable years ago of being a performer. I couldn't do the work. Maybe now, if I had the drive, and drive is more important than talent. It's really the commitment and to limit yourself and do the work. And to me, doing the work, even though I believe in open mics to a degree, I think comics should learn the business first. They should know what the business is about and how it works. And if you don't like it, then don't do it. Don't complain about anything, whether it's a bringer show. Want to do the bringers, that's fine. But know what you're getting out of it, even if it's just stage time for a lot of people. And don't think that people call me and said, if I do this bringer night, you're asking me about another room. Ask the person that booked you. Will they really move me? And because I hear they have a management firm, or they manage me. What will I do? I said, why are you asking me? Ask the booker what the deal is. And if you don't like it, don't do it. But, you have to figure what's good for you. And it is a business, remember? A business. You got to put people in the seats. So anyway, about all the people that I handle, since I've been doing it 30 years, a lot of people have passed through, the room. I can, DC Benny, Dino Badella, I love him. After 9/11, he took off, and he had the Arab Festival. And at first he put Jews on. Gene, you had Jews on and you took them off. Remember? We want peace in the Middle East. So I love Dean. He's on CNN. He's wonderful. He's just wonderful. And he doesn't age. And one of the reasons he hasn't aged, he was married once, he never did it again, and no children.
Helps.
But, and there are tons of people that Dan Natterman, who's one of the funniest people I know.
Love him. Him and Adam Hunter.
And he was funny from the first time I saw him at Cold Waters 28 years ago. You can no longer say you're 30.
You create an environment. Now, inside Comic Strip Live, there's a room, you guys, that's called the Gladys Simon Room.
Yeah.
And there's a story behind this.
Yeah, it would be nice if somebody would tell it other than me, but it's,
I'll tell it.
What it is. Oh, that's cute. But I just hope I'm older now. People my age, you don't even see that they're dying because they're already dead. So you don't really. But, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I hope that everybody survives this, and the comics, I think it's going to be I think it will get better. I hope that it will, and I think the business will change, and I think it's an opportunity for comics to reinvent themselves in a certain way, and realize a lot of people, their egos are in the way. You shouldn't care about what other people are getting. It doesn't matter what they're getting.
Nothing matters.
No, it doesn't, as you can see, now. But I'm proud of the comics, even the new ones that we talked about years ago. But from the comic strip, when I turn on the late shows, and every week I would see another comic from the comic strip's open mic, and people call me, oh, look who's on, and I didn't even realize these people were on, because I don't watch the late night shows. But the other week people call, Andrew Thompson is on. Did you see? I go, no. And then I went up, and of course I critiqued him. on my Facebook, and I'm because he's really funny. And he started, just a young kid, maybe 10 years ago, he was 17, with his pants down to you know what. I won't even say, called Crack in the Ass. That sounds like a comedy troupe. Crack in the ass. I said, you can't do that. You're not, pull up your pants. But he was so funny. And I said, this is what the work is. Are you going to do it? He's very focused. And he's really adorable. I love him. He's very cute. And he did a good set. I mean, I criticized him because I'm like that. I want perfection.
You know, you created an atmosphere inside the Gladys Simon room that's named after you. And when people who have been to your room meet me, if we find out that we have you as a connection and your Comic Strip Live developmental mic in common, there's an instant bond where we have to hug and we love each other and we're out there helping each other. You've created a monster, Gladys.
Oh, a monster. Yeah, but how come I'm not rich? And this monster is shrinking every day. I'm shrinking, which is my worst fear. Somebody said, they were talking about the fear of the virus, the coronavirus. I said, my fear is shrinking. I keep losing height. I thought, well, if this continues and we live on, by next year I'll be Yoda. But I'm accepting it. But I'm really, as I said, I think this is an opportunity of reflection and to find, to me, this is fun, do what's fun. And
yes.
And I believe in being giving. For me, I'm being giving because I need to do it. I don't care if the comic comes once, if they ask me to help and I have time, but I told one comic who, I've helped him and he brings people to all the rooms. I said, I have one show, what I do, a bringer, maybe one a month. I do one Gladys Presents, but that's for comics who develop with me and some headliners. But the other ones I help them a lot. And I said, you're bringing everywhere. I'm not even asking you to support the room. I've helped you. I've rewritten your act. He said, I'm better because of you. I said, well, just support the room. Show something. Put it online. I don't care about you bringing 1 million people, but I had to have an extra session with my therapist to be able to tell him that. Because it's very depressing to speak up, which you have a problem as well.
Yep.
Speaking up for yourself. And not in an angry way, but telling people how you feel and let it go. At least you're making a statement because this is a business people are very hungry. They are.
Yeah.
And they have that drive. So, but you can still have the drive and be decent about it.
Yes.
Be fair. What's fair?
Yes. So what made you decide to do a developmental room? Because it's so avant-garde. I've been around different cities and I've never seen anything like your developmental room.
Well, I wanted to do it because a lot of people can't afford comedy lessons, and I guess I shouldn't talk about it. People said you could teach, we'll open a school, other people, but I didn't want to do it. As long as I can pay my rent and I have food, and I can do this, I'm happy. And what made me do it is I decided that when people come, no matter who they are, I can go over their act with them for free. I don't mind doing it. But they have to do the work. So now we have a group of people from the room for 2-3 years ago, and they're delusional, some of them. They want to get on this. Can I get them on this? I said, can I get you? You won't work on a set that's 3 minutes of one topic that you will do over and over again. I can't do that. It's too boring. Then you're not doing the work. And I go over everybody who comes. Some of the times I'm a little mean. I have to be careful, when I tell people they're too fat, it's not sort of nice because some of them can't help it, or I want them to look, I don't care. You don't have to be gorgeous. You don't have to be fat, but you have to be pulled together. And I will go over their stuff and they write me at night. I write them back and I'll go over their stuff with them. And that's why people develop. And, it's like, I did teach for money for a while. Not for a while. I had one a month, and then I was really booked up. But what happened is I lost me in it. I wanted to work on myself. So I became I'll think of you every minute, which is not good. I'm thinking of how we can get you just improve on what you already have. That's all you want to do. But when I was doing it privately, I would feel, because that's my nature, I would not be thinking about myself for 1 minute. And I was obsessed with them. So it wasn't really that healthy. But in the club, while I'm there, I like doing it. I watch everybody. I talk a little, loud sometimes, which is a problem. And I like doing it. So when I take them in the back room and I go over their stuff, and I'm willing to help them. But after a while, I said, "You're just not listening to me." Yeah. Finally, they get it. They get it. I don't want to go over each person. She said, "I finally got what you were saying." I said, "How come?" I said, "What was in your way? Your ego." Yeah.
I remember you telling me that I should trust myself and quit worrying about trying to remember to trust I'm funny. And
you are a character. Yes. Yeah. There's no one like you, Linda. Trust me. There is no one like you. So all you have to do is take a topic, any topic, and do it as Linda, your thoughts about it, and try that, because I think you have a funny, there's no one like you. Trust me.
Thank you.
And I'm proud of you because you've made, I think, really good progress, and you picked yourself up and you developed that Portland scene, and then you came to Vegas, and nothing will stop you. You will talk to anybody. And charming, yes.
You told me I was funny and to trust myself, and I thought, I don't. And then I went on this contest in Portland at Helium Comedy Club, the arch rival of Harvey's Comedy Club. I went there, and I had 22 predictable punchlines in 5.5 minutes with a brain injury, and I over-rehearsed and forgot everything I was supposed to say. And in those moments, I had to trust. Gladys Simon's voice was coming through my head telling me, "Relax, you're funny." And I made up stuff, and I got laughs all the way through.
But you're a character, but you have to remember that. And I remember I went to, a comic was auditioning at, I think it was the Stand. I'm trying to think of his name. Andre Columbus, are you watching? And I helped him with his material. Okay, now when you go up there, don't be thinking of your material. One work and be visceral. You know what that means? Organic. You're feeling. You have it. You have the charisma. And he went over it. He said, don't look in the mirror. I've looked in the mirror. No, don't look in the mirror. You have to look at the audience. Really? What are you looking in the mirror to see? Okay. So I said, he said, I've done this. No. But I knew when he got up on the stage, after the first line, he just went blank. Just couldn't remember anything because he was so intimate. You have to feel what you're saying. What is your attitude in this story or your bit that you're trying to convey? What's like an actor? You are an actress up there. Yes, you're a comic, but you better know what this character is feeling, not what they're saying. The words are not as important as the delivery. That's the most important thing is timing.
You have to be
George Sauls. Where's George? George who has incredible timing and incredible everything, and he works so hard, and he's so funny. And he works hard, but he doesn't look in the mirror because he might scare himself. But no. If I'm leaving out people's names, and Nikki Paris.
Oh.
He's like my son, and we're very funny together. And yes, I will do a show just with Nikki, giving advice because I love whatever it is. I promised we would do it.
Comedian.
The advice I'm going to give is not about comedy. I can do that with somebody else who decided that I should do it, with comics calling in, and I can help them with their act, but more with their life, like when they go, their social life, their personal life, and I tell them what to do in a very funny way, but it's real. Some of it is awful. But Nikki and I are great together. We are. I just don't like that he works hard. He's working very hard. Nikki, are you watching this?
Yes. And comedian Miss Arkansas is going to bed, and she's made a lot of comments, and she loves you.
Okay. I think I put a lot of people to sleep because I will be up until 7:30.
New York time.
No one to do your set, and I said call a friend, and if you don't have a friend, you can contact me. And I think that it's a wrap. Linda, say something. It's been fun. I'm just so excited that I'm going to stay here till morning. I'm not leaving my desk.
This has been so fun, Gladys. You're the bright star in a dark comedy.
You asked good questions, and if I left anybody out, I don't mean to. But,
no, you did fabulous. Thank you so much.
Let's pray for everybody. We're all in together. Color, black, green, white, tall, short, old, young, rich, poor. It is a time when we have to pray for everybody that we get out of this, because it's no fun, but try to have fun whichever way you can. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to recolor my hair and cut it. And when you see me next, it'll be blonde.
Woo!
Yeah.
Comedian Miss Arkansas wants to know, you're in New York. Are you staying safe when you go outside?
I'm trying not to go out. I made a mask out of Depends. No, I have been outside. I'm afraid. I haven't gone out in the last 3 days, and I'm hungry to see somebody, so yes. I know there's a homeless.
All right.
But I'm okay. Thank you for asking, though.
Oh, yes.
I'm okay.
And I think everybody tuned out, so it's just you and me left here.
That's good. That's okay.
Perfect.
We'll do it again.
This was fun.
I think it was fun. It was fun, Linda. It really was.
I'll turn off Facebook here.